welcome everyone to episode number 3 of Swish Society. That's who we are. Muzz, Ed, we've made it this far.
That's 2 more episodes than what I thought we would last.
Yeah,
we did all right.
Just gotta let you guys know that we've gained so much more traction than we expected because we're only just doing that as this is a real test, a bit of a test to help a friend out, but
a test of our own friendship.
I think so. I agreed to disagree with a lot of points, isn't it?
It's a test.
Yes, very much a test. But we just want to tell you guys, not even tell you guys, or request, if you could hit subscribe to our channel, it would be really much appreciated because we want to keep providing the best content we can for you, basketball lovers. You love basketball just as much as we do, and we want to make this bigger than what it is.
We want to reach a 4th.
We want to take over the world.
That's the goal.
Episode number 4. We're gonna reach.
If we reach the 4th episode, Ed, what did I call? I said hopefully by next week we'll have 8 subscribers. I think we want to double.
We've doubled it.
Yeah,
we've doubled 8.
Yeah, buddy.
We got 15 at the moment, so that's on YouTube. So
we can almost afford a TikTok, guys. We're doing all right.
But Instagram's gone pretty good. We've got almost 80 followers, so we're doing all right, I think. But just help us out, and we'll keep providing the best content we can for you guys. So let's get on. What are we talking about today?
What are we talking about today? Well, I think firstly, I need to, before we talk about what we really want to talk about today. So our last episode, I know you're shaking your head already, but this needs to be done. I'm sorry, it has to be done.
Shaking my head.
So our last episode was about who our top 5 starting players would be with our 6th man, and I picked a kind of a 90s nostalgic era team, didn't I?
You did.
I think I had Kobe, Jordan, Larry Bird. I had Kareem at the centre. I had Kevin Garnett as my power forward. Jason Kidd as my 6th man.
And LeBron as honourable mention.
Yeah, I'm not even going to... We can just scratch that honourable mention.
That's my goat.
I know, I understand, but...
You can't scratch it.
But your team was a Stephen Curry, LeBron team. You had Kobe in there. You had... in your centre, you had the Joker.
Yep, Nikola Jokic.
And who did I miss?
And Kevin Durant, power forward. Yes.
Kevin Durant.
Yes.
So you are a fan of setting up your 2K to do these little tests of what would happen if these players were to meet in a imaginary scenario, in a metaverse, so to speak. And something happened, didn't it? Something unexpected happened.
I got to say something at the end.
I'll let you say.
Back myself.
I will let you say. Why? Why do you mean back yourself? Did something unexpected happen?
I'm not going down in a sinking ship, man. I'm gonna show my worth.
I just want to ask you
my
a question.
team's worth.
In a normal game of NBA, at what point would you call it a thrashing? Like how many points, you reckon? 20 points? Is that
20 points plus.
That's a thrashing.
Yeah, 20 points plus.
What if it was 30 points? What would that be? Would that be a bigger...
Much bigger thrashing.
How about 40 points?
Demoralization.
Imagine your team got 120 points and the other team got 80 points.
Yeah.
That would be tragic.
Well, that's exactly what happened, man.
What?
That's exactly what happened.
I'm in shock. So are you saying my 90s era
I'm disgusted at my team.
My team of Larry Bird, which you laughed at Kevin Garnett. Remember you said that KD was just going to... I think the gesture was just shoot.
They're going to shoot over the top of you guys.
So my 90s era team...
Yeah. Outsmarted, outplayed, outdefended my team.
And beat it.
Outscored my team.
By 40 points.
40 points. I only got up to 80.
I apologise, Ed.
Look,
I might have just went too hard with my team. Maybe 2K does play with emotions. Maybe there is trash
Maybe
talk.
Emotions are taken into account. I doubt it, but I know that the whatever programming they're using, they once a certain player is known defensively or you're around that player, it weakens your player's abilities.
Right.
I know it. It's just how it's set up.
Have I weakened the team by having Kobe at point guard?
Look, my team lost, but listen.
There's nothing,
They lost,
it's 40
but
points.
in a real game, if they were all in their prime, it wouldn't be the same. Okay. Because
listen, I'm not the one that said something.
Once Steph Curry's on a roll, he's shooting like crazy.
I'm just saying, this is your baby. You like doing this. This is a test for you. Okay, I'm glad you did it.
Look, I got to give it to your team. Like Kevin Garnett got a 20-20 game, 20 points and 20 rebounds, and so did Kareem. They absolutely, just 40 rebounds between them, thrashed my team in rebounds. Look, my best player was Jokic. He got 20 points and 13 rebounds, but that was the highest. No one else got over. Unfortunately, I think he was.
I publicly apologise for picking a team that swept the floor with yours. I publicly apologise. Well, I've got that off my chest now, so now we can move on to our next topic.
All right, we're going to leave that on the wayside.
So a few people were talking to me about, in the NBA culture, basketball culture, one thing that most people like is the fashion, the shoes, the sneakers, and all that. So we're both lovers of the fashion as well, the sneakers and all that. So somebody asked me, out of all the shoes in the NBA, if you could only save 5 pairs of shoes that you would wear for the rest of your life. So you only had an option to.
That's a scenario, is it?
It's a scenario. Okay. That was a scenario.
Okay.
5 shoes. So that's we spent the last week kind of thinking. It was hard, wasn't it? It was hard.
It took some time. I actually didn't, because I'm not as much of a collector as yourself, and you know the models of your shoes and stuff. I had to do some research and find one of my shoes that I own.
Remember the shoes that you own.
Yeah, because I had to. I'll search all through sneaker files, sneaker news, and all this, trying to find my shoe. I eventually found it.
That's good.
And I was happy with that, but. Look,
so let's.
But I'm going back to shoes that I've owned.
That's perfect.
In the 90s.
Perfect. So I'm just going. Like I said, this might not be everybody's cup of tea. These are my. As you know, I've been saying it every episode, I'm nostalgic as to a certain era. So obviously, I'm not going to go pick a pair of Under Armour Currys, unfortunately. Sorry, curry lovers. But, so you pretty much know where I'm going to go with the shoes that I would save, that I would be wearing.
Yeah.
If I only had 5 pairs to wear.
Yep.
So I'm sure there'd be honourable mentions and things like that. But
yeah.
So why don't we kick off? I'll let you kick off with your first shoe.
Yeah, all right.
That you would save.
I'll start off. My first shoe is I own this shoe in the early 90s. So it's probably 1992. Converse. They cut their name short to Cons for a while, and Larry Johnson was he was the spearhead of the campaign they had with Grandmama. You probably remember that. He dressed up as his own grandma and would dunk on everyone and cause a lot of havoc on the court. But that shoe, the shoe that I got was from that range. So it's the Cons React Back Jam 1992 model.
What color was it?
It was black, and it had a purple rim on the outside. There should be a picture.
There will be. We'll get PB.
Yeah, so it was purple, and it had a yellow gel underneath, and on the back as well. So on the advertisement, it was sort of like, it lights up in the dark. It didn't really, but I was still looked really cool.
How old were you? Do you remember?
I was probably 7 or 8.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I was really young. So it's early 90s. So yeah, right. That was my first shoe.
Excellent. Well,
I'll take that to me.
Okay.
If there was a fire and it was one of my last shoes I could take.
Out of your 5?
Out of my 5, that's my Cons React Back Jam.
You grab your Cons.
Yep.
All right. I get it. My number 5 is this shoe. See that? Mate, we got props and everything now.
Look at this.
This is my number 5 shoe. So this is a shoe. I was 12 years old, 1990. Introduced me to the world of Jordan sneakers. Leo at the time, which got everything that he ever wanted. Good one. Made us feel bad for what we didn't get. Had a pair of these, and I remember seeing them and with the reflective tongue, so the Jordan 5 metallic, and it just blew my mind. The lace lock on it was just crazy.
Cool edition.
It was the first Jordan
lace lock.
Had the lace lock on it.
Cool.
It was had the transparent sole, which some people actually didn't like because they found it quite slippery on the court.
Okay.
So they didn't really like the translucent. As you can see, it's got like a translucent base. Designed by Tinker Hatfield. Designed off an actual a warplane. I think it was a Spitfire, an American World War II plane, a Spitfire. First time that Spike Lee was on a commercial for Jordans, and as Mars, so he introduced the shoe. So 1990, and honestly, this was when I saw this shoe for the first time. I was like, as soon as I can get a paycheck, this is the first shoe I'm going to buy. And as you can see by the wear of it, it's been aged a fair bit. But this was the shoe that introduced me to the Jordan world.
Wow.
And yeah, that's my number 5 that I would save and I'd put on. And if you take a photo of the tongue, it glows. It's a reflective.
Oh.
First time that the reflective tongue came out.
So you've had this since the 90s?
No, this is
a reissue.
A reissue that probably came out. I never got the original one because I'm on a budget. But there's been reissues over the years.
Of course.
I don't remember what year this one was, to be honest. But so that's my number 5.
It would have been amazing to see that the reissue, sort of taking you back to
and it's happening more and more these days. To be honest, like the Jordan brand has been very clever in reissuing the old school shoes. So, so that's my number 5. That was my nostalgic moment that I never forgot as a 12-year-old. And I thought, that's one shoe that I would save.
I love it. That's a great one. All right, my next one, number 4, is the Fila. Grant Hill number 2. I remember this shoe. I saw it on a basketball card. A lot of us were collecting basketball cards in the early 90s. It was just the thing to do. There's a picture of Grant Hill wearing these shoes, this Fila brand, and I didn't know too much about it at the time. But when we got the internet, I was able to research and see, what is this shoe that he was wearing that I always loved? So it was the Fila Grant Hill number 2. I found his nickname, by the way, G Money.
G Money.
G Money.
I don't remember that.
Maybe because he got injured and that sort of derailed his career. But at the time when at his peak, he was G Money. So he had these shoes, his own shoe line that he released. He also used these shoes for the '96 Dream Team at the Atlanta Olympics as well. And
I remember that. They had like a triangular shape on the side.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah.
Which again, I'm sure there'll be a picture popping up. So.
I did see a video the other ages ago of him on the Dream Team actually with that shoe, and it was great. I mean, and it was a cool Dream Team. You know, that Shaq and Penny Hardaway and a whole bunch of guys that should be also recognized for their efforts that they've made. You know, but that much like Mitch Richmond. I think he's the Hall of Famer as well, but he was in the team as well. So. It was a great team, but that shoe, it really stood out to me. That design, that triangle design that you said, it stood out to me. And it just takes me back, nostalgic reasons, to a time when I was younger and just the greatness of the 90s.
Yeah.
90s basketball. And Grant Hill as well. He's a Hall of Famer.
So that was 96, wasn't it?
96, yeah.
Great shoe, man.
Yes, that's it.
Great shoe.
That's my number 4.
All right, my number 4 is 1991. So I've been introduced now to these shoes in 1990. In 1991, I don't know if you remember, I'll show you the shoe.
Yeah.
The no-look dunk.
Oh, yeah.
So D Brown joins the slam dunk competition, 1991.
Yeah.
Before he takes this no-look dunk, he stops in the middle of the court and he pumps up these shoes.
Yeah.
The Reebok pump, they call them the D Brown, but it was I just remember seeing this shoe and it was such a gimmick. This pump, I mean, literally all it did was blow some air into the tongue and make the shoe super tight.
Yeah.
That's all it did. It didn't give you any jumping ability, which all of us thought that by owning them, we would get the jumping ability of D Brown. But I just remember seeing this shoe and thinking, what an epic shoe with a pump on it, and you know, just. Again, like a gimmick. 91, I was 13. Any gimmick, I'd take it as a 13-year-old. So there was probably a shoe, again, nostalgic, like we said, that I remember as a kid. I remember loving it and thinking, what an epic shoe that is. Just what an epic scenario. Like that dunk back then was...
blindfolded.
Was up there with Jordan's dunk, you know, the free throw dunk is, you know, something that everyone remembered. yeah, so that's my number 4. Again, just nostalgic. It's not a bad looking shoe, to be honest.
Great design.
It doesn't age well. Like, it's a bit of discoloration on the white. This is probably a remake as well. I think it was '98. They made they remade this pair. This pair's a '98 version. So they don't. Yeah.
And the pumps were so popular in the '80s and '90s.
Shaq as well made them big, didn't he?
Shaq.
Yeah, the Shaq shoes.
Yeah, he had his own pumps.
He was signed by Reebok as well. He had the pumps as well. So
there was a time when I was it was probably early '90s. I was at school. There was a kid that had the pumps. They were white. Well, I couldn't remember exactly. But just off my memory, he had these pumps, and he was the coolest kid. Everyone was like, "Oh," because it was the best thing that you could have for as a shoe. To have these pumps. So it's cool to see one right here.
So that's my number 4. I think out of the 5, just something that I thought is a shoe that stuck with me, something that was iconic to me. Not everybody's cup of tea, obviously, but it is to me. So that was my number.
Cool.
My number 4.
Number 4. Right. My number 3 is Adidas T-Mac number 2. His second version of his shoes that was released in 2002.
Yeah.
And I didn't know he had a range of shoes out. I only knew from about 10 years ago. I only knew that he released shoes, and because I'm pretty sure we never really released any T-Mac shoes in the early 2000s.
I don't remember
ever seeing them.
I don't know if they reached Australia.
Yeah. So look, he was one of the biggest players at the time. So it's funny why they didn't sell his shoes here. My Blake Griffins that I have were sold. So in Australia, anyway, that speaks to me because he's my favorite player, Tracy McGrady. He was just a great scorer, and every time you watched him play, he was just action, and he always made something happen on the court unbelievably. So that speaks to me. He's my favorite player. The design of the shoe as well is cool with the cool swirl around the front and down the side. It's just a great design, and that's my number 3.
Yeah, it's good number 3. It's a good shoe. It's a nice shoe.
Yeah,
There's been a lot of colorways. I think there was an All-Star colorway as well, which had a blue and a red pair. It had an East and a West.
Yeah, there was a reissue of it last year, I think, came out, and it's great just to see that there's some respect for that shoe and he had several shoes on with Adidas that he had that were amazing designs. So he worked with the teams to get the design he wanted, and they look great. And
I think his famous one was the Rockets colorway, wasn't it?
There was. I gotta find which one because he had I think 3 shoes with the Rocket, but this one was when he was with the Magic. So that's my number 3.
Cool. Are you ready for my number 3?
Yeah, I'm ready.
What do you think it's going to be?
Probably Jordan.
Yeah. And you nailed it once again. So my number 3, Jordan 6 Infrared.
Cool.
So the Jordan 6 Infrared, another shoe that came with a lace lock, well, straight after the fight. Great design. Tinker Hatfield, another epic shoe. First shoe that Jordan won a championship in against the Magic. Fun fact, it's got the number 23 in the leather. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a 2 there and there's a 3 there.
Oh, right. Okay. Yep.
So, again, it had a bit of the transparent sole like the 5s, but obviously less of it because, like I said, people were complaining that they were slipping a fair bit without having as much rubber and more of the translucent stuff. Great shoe. I just remember Jordan wearing these shoes, winning the championship. This is probably my favorite colorway. There was also a Carmine, which was like a red and a white colorway, which Jordan wore that season. And just an iconic shoe that I think I couldn't, if I had to grab 5 pairs of shoes out of a list of 100, that would be one that I just wouldn't even think twice. I'd just grab that straight off the shelf, and that would be one. Not the most comfortable shoe to wear, to be honest, maybe because I got fat feet, but yeah, that'll do it. But just a beautiful shoe. I thought it was a great design by Tinker Hatfield, and Yeah, so the Jordan 6 infrared for me was my number 3 shoe.
Beautiful shoe.
Just a great looking shoe.
So Tinker Hatfield is he the dude that designed the original Jordan shoe?
No. So
that was in because I watched Air.
I think that was Jeff Moore.
No, there was some
Hatfield
guy
started
with an accent.
Yeah, Tinker Hatfield started from Jordan 3 onwards. So the 1 and the 2 were designed. I think his name was Jeff Moore, something like that, something more.
Okay.
Anyway,
okay.
I'm sure if I'm wrong, we'll correct it somewhere down the line. But yeah, Tinker Hatfield came in. So that Moore gentleman, I think he left after the Jordan 2. He actually he started his own shoe brand and tried to take Jordan with him.
Oh.
So Jordan was coming off his Nike contract, and they tried to lure him. I think there was 2 guys from Nike. It was that Moore guy and another, I think Strauss was his name or something like that. They tried to take Jordan off Nike in their own brand, offering him like full design rights and all things like that. And then Nike signed Tinker Hatfield. He was an architect and designer from the University of Oregon. As soon as he showed Jordan the Jordan 3, Jordan fell in love with it and decided to stay. So he was a big factor for keeping Jordan at Nike and extending his contract.
Oh, cool.
So
nice.
So yeah, well there's my
bit of a backstory as well.
Yeah, there's my number 3 shoe.
Cool.
Is the
Look at that
infrared 6.
Look at those.
Not a bad lineup.
They look so good. Cool. I'm gonna give you my number 2 shoe, and this is a shoe I've owned. I kind of mentioned it earlier. It was the Blake Griffin shoe that I had. It was a Jordan shoe as well. So it's the Jordan Superfly 3, released in 2014, and that was a great shoe. All the times that we played basketball, there was a whole bunch of friends who would all play. That got me through a lot of those games, and it was super comfortable.
Yeah, so it's a comfort shoe too.
It's
It's a comfort food, eh? Like that dish that your mum cooks that you could eat all the time. There was that shoe for you.
Yeah, well, you kind of. Yeah, I didn't eat the shoe or anything like that, but
comfort shoe.
I felt comfortable when I wore it. It's just like, I put my feet in there because I got big feet. I got size 14s, and once I put it in there, felt like I could fly. I feel like that's how I felt. It's the only Jordans I ever owned.
What color were they?
It was like purple. It was purple and blue.
Yeah.
And white. So the sole of the shoe was purple and white around the front, and then we'd see a picture of it, and had the Jordan sign on the back of the shoe around here, and Jordan on the tongue, and it was just a cool shoe.
Hey, don't compare Blake Griffin to this. Now, Blake Griffin was one of the first guys that really got signed by Jordan Brand. To be honest. He was one of the pioneer of.
He was
getting a record deal, a shoe deal.
Yeah.
With Jordan.
And if, like I said, it made you feel like made me feel like I could fly, and you see Blake Griffin, like it just sold it to me. Just how he could dunk, it was amazing. Like he was just a freak of nature, and he could just do these super dunks and just seemingly fly. That's what I felt when I wore these shoes, and I never could dunk. I couldn't really dunk. I'm 6'4" and I can't dunk, but so.
I can't even touch the backboard, and I'm air swinging the net, and you're worried about not dunking. It's okay. There's no judgment here. This is a safe place, Ed. It's a safe place.
Okay, I can touch the rim.
Okay.
I can touch the rim. I can hold onto it and grab onto it.
Beautiful.
Do it, the Dwayne Wade, D Wade.
Oh, good.
The pull up.
You just can't dunk.
Can't dunk.
Okay.
Nah. In game, I'm useless.
It's okay.
Yeah, I tried so many times.
Well, anyway, you got at least.
But this shoe,
this
shoe made me feel like I could dunk.
You were rocking good shoes
in my dreams.
You were rocking nice shoes for that moment.
Yeah, it was.
So that's your number 2 shoe.
That's my number 2 shoe. It's a shoe that I owned recently. Unfortunately, I had to get rid of it. It got trashed, and it was just I used it so much. I used it for casually and and everything's like, so the straps for the laces was hanging off, and some of the sole came off, and it was so sad to see.
There's nothing wrong in wearing your kicks. I wish I wore more of my kicks. I'll be honest.
It was sad to see.
You inspire me in that aspect.
Yeah, cool.
I think sometimes it's a sickness to not want to wear your shoes. I think it's the fear that you can't replace them again.
I went through a phase where I didn't have any basketball shoes. Like, I grew up wearing basketball shoes. Excuse me.
What were we wearing? Sand shoes? Remember those 80s sand shoes?
Yeah, I always had Nikes. Nikes is my favorite brand out of any of them. Yeah. But you like training, running.
Dunlop volleys?
Nah, I never had cool. I never had cool. I went with a phase of Timberlands.
Wow. No wonder you can't dunk. It's like having concrete boots on. Yeah. Wow, playing ball in Timberlands.
No, yeah. They weren't them. They were the sailor shoes. You know, like that style, that sort of preppy
sailor shoes?
College. I wouldn't know what it was. Whenever I looked at the picture, it looked like the guy was on a boat and he was like this, and he's all, had a polo top on.
It was very nautical.
Nautical.
Is that the
word? It was nautical, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So not a sailor, just nautical.
I thought it was a sailor.
Wow. Okay.
I likened it to a sailor.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so...
That's my number 2.
Cool shoe.
Yeah. And
cool shoe because it was
close to my heart, and
I used it.
Yeah, I used it very recently, so until I replaced it with my number 1.
Oh, okay.
Which I own right now, and I have here.
Yes.
All right, one I actually have.
Good. All
anyway,
right. My number 2.
What's your number 2?
So my number 2.
Nice.
The Jordan 3, black cement. So again, Tinker Hatfield's first design at Nike. The designer was Peter Moore, and it was Rob Strasser. While you were harping on about Blake Griffin,
you almost.
I thought I'd do a bit of light reading. Pull up a chair, get a recliner. No, I'm joking. So there you go. So Peter Moore and Strasser decided to leave Nike, and that's where Tinker came in. Designed this shoe. Jordan fell in love with it. He loved the elephant print on it. I love the shoe. I think it's a great looking shoe. The reason why I love the shoe is the iconic dunk that Jordan did. Wasn't wearing this shoe, this colorway. He was wearing a white pair, which was just re-released. I think it was early this year. They call it the reimagined. It was a white shoe. Also had the black along here, but that iconic photo that you see of Jordan dunking from the free throw line, he's wearing a Jordan 3 in that. So once I saw that shoe, I was like, cool. Yeah, that's
nice. I love this elephant print.
The elephant print was really.
That is so cool.
First time that the bubble was introduced after the 2s, so it's got the air bubble through it that you can see through there. Comfortable shoe, which is good. Since it wasn't sitting as high as the Jordan 1 or the Jordan 2, it became like a bit of a mid size, just sitting a lot lower. So yeah, just a shoe that, I mean, most guys I reckon it would be in most sneakerheads, at least top 10, the Jordan 3. So yeah, a shoe that I loved. So the Jordan 3 black cement is my number 2 that I would quickly grab off that shelf. So Jordan 3,
great shoe,
black cement,
great shoe
on the list.
Beautiful.
On the list for me.
Deserves to be there.
Thank you.
All right.
Give me your number 1, Ed.
I'll give you my number 1, and unfortunately I don't have anyone throwing anything to me.
Yeah, let me throw it.
Oh, sweet.
Yes.
I feel validated. It's dirty. It's not because I'm actually currently using it.
Because you're
I gotta clean it.
I like it.
I gotta clean it. I feel not up to your levels.
Well, don't be like that. I actually appreciate that more than what I appreciate that. Not the shoe itself, but I appreciate the fact that you wear your shoes and you appreciate them.
I put it to good use. I'm
gonna bring it up at my next therapy session about how I can be more like Ed and just wear all my kicks.
Especially your OKC.
KDs?
KDs.
Yeah, trust me, I wore those.
They're so out of date now.
So I've worn those, don't worry.
This is the Nike Air Zoom 95. This is a reissue. The original version was released in 95. That's why they call it 95. And I didn't know about this shoe in 95, but I learned about it when I was playing. I spoke about the basketball game that I played, NBA Inside Drive 2004. They had create your own player feature, and you can use all the clothes. They had all the clothes for all the brands, and this is what the shoe that I always use for my player. And because I just love the design, it was just.
Well, you could pick a shoe in that.
You could pick a shoe, yeah. So I picked Nike.
What year was that game?
2003. I was playing in 2003.
You
it
could
was
pick shoes in that, you know?
You could pick shoes back then on the original Xbox NBA Inside Drive 2004.
Well, I used to play a game called Jordan vs. Bird on computer. And you used to have to use the key. We didn't have a joystick, so we used to have to use the keyboard to do dunk. It was a great game. It was a one-on-one, Jordan versus Bird. But you could do a slam dunk competition, but you used to have to use the keys.
But it'd be sort of
There's going to be some guys that are going to go, wow! I remember that. There won't be a lot of guys, I'll be honest. But there will be at least three guys in the world that remember that game. It was called Jordan vs. Bird. One day Google it, and it was amazing. So there you go.
Cool.
All right, well, that's a cool
That's my number one.
Sorry,
and I'm currently still using this shoe. I just love the three spaced out spot dots there.
So can I ask you a question? Which player wore those? Did you say that?
I'm pretty sure Pippen used to wear these as well. So back in the day, back in the 90s.
I don't know why I got a vague memory of Penny wearing a pair of shoes. I know he was famous for the Fampuses, but I don't know if
he wasn't with Nike.
No, well, the Famies. Penny was.
Oh, he was. He was. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
But I don't know. I might be mistaken, but yeah, that's a cool looking shoe. I like it's got like the carbon fiber kind of. Yeah,
it's really nice.
You're gonna see something similar to that on my number one shoe.
Oh, okay. Look at that,
dude. Look
at that quality.
I
wore this.
Don't show all your secrets.
I used to wear this at work, at my job. Right. Yeah, and look, unfortunately, it has a bit of a squeak. Which on the right foot. Right. I don't know why, but
but that's a great story. Like your shoes have story. There's a right squeak. You know which shoe.
It is.
So if anybody ever stole your shoe, you'd know. You'd hear it down the hall.
Whenever I'm walking down the hall, everyone knew who. You would hear and then before I get there, they always knew I was there.
I know.
Ed's here.
The state of these. If there was a fire, I'd probably chuck these in the fire. But anyway, no, great shoe, man. I don't mean to can your number one.
That's my number one. Does it belong up here?
Yeah, man. Of course.
Put it up there.
Put it there. It's the
only Nike shoe up here.
Yeah.
Put the tick.
All right. Well, you ready for my number one?
Yes.
Are you ready for my number one?
Okay. What is it?
So this shoe, I just want to put it out there. This shoe, when it came out, it just blew my mind. I thought, there was a moment of I'm gonna have to show you the shoe and then I'm gonna explain.
Okay.
I'm gonna give a shout out to our shoe supplier Dante. Nearly got it in the cup.
Riveting.
In the cup. All right, so this shoe, Jordan 11.
Ooh.
Right?
Okay.
So
45. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
So these are called.
I was excited.
These are called the Concords.
Oh.
Right? Jordan 11 Concord. So, this is not the first colorway. The first colorway actually, Jordan, when he was filming Space Jam, he was seen in these shoes, and he wore. It's a black and a blue shoe. They call it the Space Jams now. I'm sure it had another name, but it was the same shoe, but black and blue. It was all black. It had some blue accents on it. It also had the number 45 on the back. In the last basketball scene in Space Jam, Jordan is wearing this shoe, the Jordan 11. What blew my mind as well when I saw it was that this is the first shoe when he came back with that 95-96 Bulls. This is a shoe that he wore during that season, and I just thought that's the best team ever, and that's one of the best looking shoes ever. Not everybody's cup of tea. So that's
a cool shoe. That's beautiful.
That's the Concord. But with the shoe, the color that I actually loved was this color here, which is called the bread. All right, came in the same shoe, obviously.
That's not the same shoe.
It's the same shoe, man.
Oh, all right.
as you can see the difference.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Number 45. What is that?
23. 45 right. And 23.
Right. Had the Chicago Bulls colorway. Won a championship wearing this shoe. And when I saw this shoe, I just thought, I was in awe of it. I remember seeing it in the movie, and then seeing him actually wear it that next season when he came back to the NBA and win his titles. Yeah, it blew me away. So
you had to have it.
So this, hands down, will always be my number one. If I once was ever to be asked what's the one shoe that you could save, I'd be saving this shoe. So the Jordan 11 Bread. Again, not everybody's cup of tea, but it's my number one shoe. Just loved it. Loved the movie Space Jam. It was an iconic movie back then. And that season of 95, 96 Bulls, coming back from retirement, winning that championship, 72 and 10 season, and wearing this shoe, it was like, Michael Jordan, thank you very much. You've just cemented my love, what I already knew I loved by all these, but I didn't think there was going to be something much better than the infrared sixes than when the 11 came out. And look, the other shoes in between were also good shoes. The Bordeaux, 7 Bordeaux were used in the song Jam with Michael Jackson. Good looking shoe as well. The 8 Aquas, great shoe. The 9s and 10s were a bit, how you going?
Okay.
In my opinion, the 9 and 10s were my favourite.
They weren't up to scratch.
No, but I mean, this kind of shoe kind of redeemed itself for me. So I can't go past the Jordan 11 Bread.
I love the thick laces. Yeah. That looks cool. I just like the design of it.
Be proud of me, because look at these. They're flogged.
You've been wearing that?
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. It looks very creased.
See?
Very creased.
I can't say the same about these.
No, I haven't. They're more precious to you.
I haven't really worn these, but I do actually wear these a lot, actually.
45.
Super comfortable.
Look, I never knew that there was a shoe a Jordan shoe based on the number 45, which is what he wore.
So
it wasn't a successful season, but for him.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah,
but you love the design. Which one did you buy first?
No, this one.
You bought that one first?
The bread first, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I bought the bread first.
And this is the Space Jam shoe.
Yeah, these have been. Well, no, the colorway was the same as this, but same as this shoe, but it was all black. Like I said, and it had some blue, like the Jordan logo was in like a blue, a deep blue. It had some again. What do we have a producer for if we can't put photos up?
Yeah.
He'll put a photo up of the Space Jam.
We need photos.
You'll see a photo of Jordan in Space Jam wearing the Space Jam. So, my number one shoe, Jordan 11.
Look, I've got Jordan Blake 11. Griffin. He's got Jordan.
Same. So, no, but that's cool, man. At least we...
Yeah.
So, a different topic to what we used to. We're usually arguing about something. So we didn't argue about this one.
And look, there's so many Jordans out there. When I was just doing my research, trying to find my shoe, which I eventually did the Jordans that I mentioned.
Yeah.
There are so many shoes, but as I went through each year, the designs sort of changed, and I really feel that the reason why there's so many reissues that we see these days because the shoes they made back then were just. There was something about them. They're iconic. Yeah. They were iconic, but there's a sort of simplicity towards them that was, like look at these pumps. I mean, that's really simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it signifies an era where of greatness in basketball.
They all had some sort of gimmick, eh? Like Hexalite, like it was supposed to be like some sort of like a beehive, kind of like an air bubble thing on it. So. Can I check out a couple of honourable mentions?
Yeah, go for it.
The reason why I didn't put them in there is because...
You didn't tell me about any honourable mentions?
No, because I thought I'd just one up you.
Okay.
So, the reason why they're not in my top 5 is because they're shoes that I can go to Foot Locker and I can buy.
Okay.
But 2 shoes that I think are a great shoe, Adidas Superstars. I think it's a shoe that you can wear all day.
Need a picture for that.
What? Did you see in a picture of Adidas Superstars?
100%. 100%.
How old are you? You are. Are we that much?
I'm very young.
Are we that different?
I'm
in
very
age?
young. I'm very young.
Anyway,
We'll leave it at that.
And the next one is all white Air Force Ones. So white on white. Air Force One.
Yeah.
For me, I think. Oh yeah, I'm wearing a pair.
Oh, you're wearing a pair. Oh, please.
They're
Oh, please.
thrashed.
Don't take your shoe off.
Thrashed.
I was gonna wear these shoes, but I didn't because I thought you might smell my feet.
When I say
if I came here and wore them and took them off in front of you.
Listen, when I tell you thrashed, this is the epitome of thrashed. But this shoe, the all white Air Force One, I wear it as a slipper. Like they're just so super comfy for me, and it's a great shoe. So. Oh, you just been shown.
Oh, yes.
Oh, welcome
I used to own some.
Oh,
I used to own some Superstars.
There you go.
Adidas.
Sorry, did I say it wrong?
You said it wrong.
So, had I said Adidas, you would have got it. Wow. But anyway, so they're my just a two honourable
I used to own some. I bought them maybe
everybody has owned
10 years ago. I bought some I was in the States.
Turtle shells. The front of it's got like the toe box. The front was like a rubbery turtle shell, like a hard.
Yeah.
Made iconic by Run DMC.
All I knew of them was that they were the Run DMC shoes.
Okay, there you go.
So that's how I knew them. I was like,
you're back. Eh?
Yes. That's the thing I said. I didn't know the name. That's why I had to research my Jordan shoes because I didn't even know the name. I was searching it frantically saying, what's this shoe? I can't just use kicks that you've already got because I was going to use those.
Why not? Why can't we like the same thing?
We can. That's why I mentioned something about it before.
You did. You actually.
But then, what am I going to bring that's different?
Okay, that's all right.
I like to bring something different.
No, I liked your five. They were cool.
Oh, thanks, man.
Appreciate it. This got really awkward really quick. Well, anyway, that was cool. So, a different topic. It was cool, but to see what kind of shoes we would rock.
Yeah,
wear.
I enjoyed this one.
I
enjoyed this one.
So, I think next topics we're gonna have to
top video games.
Well, top video.
Top NBA video games, basketball video games that we've ever played.
That was a good topic.
Yeah.
I think the next time we've got to go back to going for each other's jugular.
Yeah, we're gonna. Oh, for sure. I'm ready.
I'm out to get you.
I'm ready.
And just to end it, my team flogged your team, 120 to 80. I'm just putting it out.
It's true.
120 to 80.
It's a great team. But if my team, if there were actual live humans playing, and they were
it's funny,
in their primes,
you say that
in
the
heat of the moment,
you say that now, but
in the heat of the battle.
The last podcast, you're like, I'm going to put my team in 2K.
It's just a computer. It's just a computer.
Oh, now it's just a computer.
No, it's just a computer.
If
it was real,
now it's just
Steph Curry will be raining threes all over Kobe.
Now, your humility just went down the toilet that you had at the start of the show. You just flushed your humility down the toilet.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about humility right now because I'm just telling it how it is.
All right, guys.
Yeah,
cool. Next time. Next podcast.
Till next time.
Look,
Swish Society.
We're looking for our 16th subscriber. That could be you.
Let's do it. Smash that subscribe button. Smash it.
Yeah, they can only press it once, yeah?
Yeah, but smash it. I hate it when people say that, by the way. I hate it when people say that.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Ding. Smash that. Ben, you should just put up a graphic of that just because.
Oh, that was good.
Cool, guys.
Well done.
See ya.